Welcome to Workforce Connect. Workforce Connect is a purpose-built platform designed specifically for colleges and institutions to organize and strengthen community and workforce engagements. It gives you a single place to capture who you work with, what you're building together, who leads the work internally, and how those relationships evolve, creating a clear, reliable source of truth for your team. At its core, Workforce Connect supports three outcomes. Visibility. Everyone can quickly understand who your partners are and how your institution engages with them. Continuity. Key partnership knowledge stays accessible as roles and responsibilities shift over time. And alignment. Teams stay coordinated and present a unified, consistent experience to employers, donors, boards, and community organizations. Workforce Connect is built on three interconnected directories that keep your data organized and accessible: organizations, contacts, and partnerships. Organizations are the businesses, schools, agencies, and community groups that your institution works with. Contacts are the individual people within those organizations. And partnerships are the specific programs, projects, and collaborations that you have with those contacts and those organizations. The three directories are intentionally connected and built upon one another. Organizations are the foundations. Contacts bring those organizations to life through the people you work with. And partnerships connect your institution to those organizations and individuals through specific programs, projects, and collaborations. Workforce Connect also features task management, so you can assign tasks to yourself or your teammates to support follow-up and coordination, and reports. With great information going into Workforce Connect, you can get great reports back out. Let's take a look at the directories in more detail. Organizations are the foundation of Workforce Connect. Here in the organization directory, you can see organizations organized alphabetically. You can select a letter at the top to jump to one of those parts of the directory. Let's take a look at one of the organizations. Let's start with 360 Advanced Manufacturing. From the directory, we can see the name of the organization, the contacts we have at that organization, and the partnerships that we have with this organization. By selecting the name of the organization, we can view the organization page. On the organization page, we have directory level information about the organization, such as their phone number and mailing address and website, as well as the type of organization and the industry they serve. We can also tag the organization with different kinds of tags in Workforce Connect to help you organize your organizations in the directory. These can be customized to meet the needs of your organization. We can also see the lead contacts from that organization and from your institution. Also from the organization page, we can see our contacts at that organization, as well as the partnerships that we have with that organization. On an organization, a contact, or a partnership page, we can also store notes, tasks, and communication history. There are a few best practices to consider when putting organizations into the organization directory. One of those best practices is to include the full name of the organization and any additional names, alternate names, or abbreviations in parentheses behind the name of the organization. It's also the best practice to select at least one industry served, as well as a lead contact for that organization and from your institution. Let's take a look now at the contact directory. The contact directory is organized alphabetically by first name, but you can use the arrows next to first name or last name to change the way the contact directory is sorted by first name from A to Z or Z to A, or last name A to Z and Z to A. From the contact directory, we can see the first name and last name of the contact, phone numbers and email address, the organization they are connected to, and any partnerships that that contact is a part of. All directories can be filtered using filters at the top of the page. let's select one contact. Taking a look at a contact, we can see directory level information such as the person's name, organization, job title, department, email, phone number, and address. The organization name is hyperlinked, so if we select NextGen Robotics, it will take us to the NextGen Robotics organization page. Going to the contacts menu, we can go back to that contact. By selecting the email address, I can directly email this person. When I select this email address, it will open a new window in my Outlook or Gmail or whatever mail platform you use and start to generate an email to this person. If you are able to make phone calls from your computer or you are using Workforce Connect on a mobile device, selecting the phone number will automatically start a phone call to that contact. Just like we could with organizations, notes, tasks, and communication history can be stored here in Workforce Connect. When you email someone from Workforce Connect directly, or CC the institutional email address, which can be found in the upper right-hand corner here, you will go ahead and log that communication here to Workforce Connect in the contact's communication history. A few best practices for contacts are to always include an email address when possible. There are several ways to email out from Workforce Connect, and making sure to include their email address will make it easier to send those emails. Also, if a contact leaves an organization, it is best practice to archive that contact. You archive a contact by going to the contacts page, selecting the dots in the upper right-hand corner, and archiving that contact. An archived contact can always be restored later. Now let's take a look at partnerships. We'll go to the partnership directory by selecting the handshake icon here on the left-hand menu. Just like the organization and contact directory, the partnership directory is organized alphabetically by name of the partnership and can be sorted using the letters at the top of your screen. There are also many filters available here in the partnership directory to narrow down your partnerships that you can view, such as filtering by name, time frame, organization, team, or the type of partnership. Partnerships represent a specific project, program, or relationship that you have with contacts and organizations. It is best practice to make your partnerships as specific as possible. Let's go ahead and take a look at one partnership. From the partnership directory, I can see the name of the partnership, as well as the organizations that are involved in that partnership, and the contacts that are part of that partnership. I can view the partnership by selecting the name of the partnership. Once here on the partnership page, I can see the name of the partnership, its status, which can be edited using the status menu here, and a brief description of the partnership. I can also see all of the organizations and contacts involved in this partnership. A unique feature of Workforce Connect is that partnerships are not always one-to-one. A partnership can include many organizations and contacts. Partnership details will tell me more information about the partnership. Partnership timeframe has start and end dates for any partnerships that are time-bound. Partnership team includes all of the people who are part of the partnership, from each organization and also from my institution. An important thing to note here is that a partnership can only be edited by individuals who are listed as lead or supporting contacts from your institution. So in this case, only Drew, Rachel, and Jessica are able to edit this partnership. This partnership is visible to all other Workforce Connect users at my institution. To make a partnership not visible, a partnership can be marked private using the pencil icon here in Partnership Details and selecting the Make Partnership Private icon. By doing that, a partnership becomes private and is locked, making it only visible to the team members who are listed as part of the partnership team. The Partnership Builder tells us the details of the partnership. There are many options in here to select from, and it is highly unlikely that you would use all of these for one partnership. Every field is optional and they are all available for you to use. If a partnership is connected to a specific career, we can choose the Career Affiliations menu and select any career that the partnership is connected to, what cluster it's part of, and add in a description. If the partnership is a work-based learning partnership, such as an apprenticeship, internship, externship, or on-the-job training, we could use the work-based learning icon and menu to select details about work-based learning. If it is a direct hire partnership, the direct hire menu will allow you to capture details about the direct hire opportunity. Education and training is for any programs that are customized training, certifications, consulting, credentials, or degree programs, and you can capture all of the details in here. An important note about Workforce Connect is that here in the partnership menu, anytime you are selecting one of these partnerships and you have the opportunity to capture a number of enrollments or a number of opportunities for students, it is best practice to put in those numbers because they do populate reports later on. Community and program support is where you would track all of your advisory boards, career fairs, community events, project-based learning, volunteer opportunities, and more. Wraparound resources is for all your partnerships that include wraparound supports and have dedicated teams to assist the program. And last but certainly not least, financial support and donations allows you to track any partnerships that come with money or supplies. Select one of these and indicate the amount and any other details you need to about this partnership. Those are the options available in Partnership Builder. We could track the outcomes of a partnership here with the Outcomes menu, select career or education-related outcomes. Funding allows us to track the funding of a partnership, internally, externally, or grant funded, how much is allocated, and any other additional details about funding for that partnership. And last but certainly not least, revenue and enrollments. If any of your partnerships have projected or actual revenue or projected actual enrollments and total completions, you can track those numbers and data in here. All of that information together builds out a partnership, and partnerships can be exported as a PDF or as a CSV file so that you can share these quickly with anyone who needs to know additional information about the partnership. Workforce Connect also has easy ways to connect with the people that are part of the partnership. Selecting copy emails of the partnership will allow you to copy the emails of all of the individuals who are part of this partnership, or open an email directly here from Workforce Connect and email those individual partners and contacts. Just like we could with organizations and contacts, notes, tasks, and communications can be logged here in Workforce Connect directly to a partnership. We also have a documents upload feature that allows you to upload any documents to Workforce Connect, Word docs, PDFs, JPEGs, Excel documents, and more. And storing those documents here allows you to keep all of your information about this partnership in one place and accessible to all of your team members. A few best practices to keep in mind for partnerships are to create one partnership for each unique engagement. Some partnerships are time-bound or have different organizations and individuals involved, and in that case, you'd want to create different partnerships. Be as specific as possible with your partnership names, making sure that they are accessible to all of your team members, clearly explaining what the partnership is. When you are building out a partnership, make sure to select partnership team members both from the organizations involved and from your institution, and to use the Partnership Builder whenever possible to fill out as many details as you can about the partnership. Also, don't forget to update partnership statuses as you are working through the partnership so that we can track the life cycle of the partnership and get an accurate report of what you are currently working on, what you have previously done, and what might be coming up next. If any partnerships are offered more than once or are things that happen often, you can duplicate a partnership by going to the partnership page and selecting the Duplicate Partnership menu item from the upper right-hand corner. Rename that partnership, and all details on the left-hand side will be duplicated. Notes, tasks, communications, and documents start fresh with each duplicated partnership. A few additional features to share about Workforce Connect are the task management features. I'm going to select tasks here to go to the task management dashboard. Tasks in Workforce Connect can be assigned to yourself or anyone else at your institution who has access to Workforce Connect. Tasks can be connected to an organization, contact, or partnership, and they can be selected with a different priority. Due dates can be assigned, and the status of the task can be updated as you work through it. You can also use add comments to comment back and forth on tasks with team members so that everyone can stay up to date on the work you all are doing. Using the task management dashboard here, I can filter for which tasks are assigned to me, assigned by me, or assigned to any members of my team, or use the filters to select tasks that are connected to different organizations, contacts, or partnerships. When a task is assigned to you or to another team member, each person will receive an email notifying them of the task, as well as emails when the due dates are becoming close and when tasks are completed. Now let's take a look at the reports available in Workforce Connect by selecting the reports icon here on the bottom left menu. The quality of your reports depends on the data that you put into Workforce Connect, but there are many reports that we've already started for you. The organization report here shows you the organizations that you work with, the industries they serve by career cluster, and the organization value matrix shows you the number of organizations that are providing support in each one of these workforce partnership categories. Down at the bottom, Organizations at a Glance shows you the most active organizations based on the total number of partnerships, but it could also be sorted by contacts or tasks. Filters here at the top will allow you to filter this report to get exactly the information that you are looking for. All reports can be saved as a CSV file or printed as a PDF. Going back to the dashboard here, we can look at the contact report. Shows us our contacts at a glance, what organization they're part of, and how many partnerships they are connected to. The partnership report will show us the total number of partnerships we have at our institution, the status of those partnerships, which is why it's important to keep those partnership statuses up to date as they move through their life cycle. The partnership value matrix will show you the number of partnerships that you have for each category. The difference between this and the organization value matrix is that an organization can be counted more than one time in the partnership value matrix. So I might have 39 different work-based learning partnerships, but one organization could be part of 3 of those, for example. And at the bottom, Partnerships at a Glance shows me the name of the partnerships and the total number of work-based learning experiences, education and training opportunities, and direct hire opportunities. Each of those have up and down arrows, so I can filter this table to be sorted in the way that I'd like. The last report I'd like to show you is the Revenue and Enrollments report. We can use this report to review projected and actual enrollments, as well as projected and actual revenue. And scrolling down, I can see by partnership name, the projected revenue, actual revenue, projected and actual enrollments, and total completions. All of these reports can be filtered in a variety of ways to get you exactly the data that you are looking for. You can manage your Workforce Connect by going to the institution icon here. You'll see the name of your institution, and selecting that will show you the total number of users at your institution and all of their contact information, as well as the organizations and partnerships each user is connected to. If you are an administrator in Workforce Connect, from this page you'll also have additional options to add and remove users to Workforce Connect and update your categories, tags, and other institutional settings. As an individual user, I can select the arrow in the upper right-hand corner and profile settings to update my personal profile and update any of the information about Workforce Connect except for my email address. Notifications down here at the bottom are selected for each individual user by each user. These can be turned on or off at any time, and these are the notifications you would receive by email for things that happen in Workforce Connect. Select or unselect them and save changes to receive emails or not receive emails for the things you'd like to be notified about. Workforce Connect works best when it becomes part of your team's regular workflow. The goal is not to capture everything perfectly on day one, but to begin documenting partnerships consistently so your institution has a shared, accurate picture of its community and workforce engagement. Start by entering the organizations that you work with, the key contacts connected to those organizations, and document the partnerships that you are actively supporting. Even entering a small amount of information consistently will strengthen your institution's ability to see its work clearly, coordinate across teams, and demonstrate impact to leadership and community partners. Need additional support about Workforce Connect or have any questions? Please reach out to Samantha at workforceconnect.com. That's SAMANTHA at workforceconnect.com.